Okay, so it's Mark from Camera Hobby again. We're going to continue on building this wing. I'm trying to take some good pictures so you could see exactly what's happening here. So what I've done is this. With the parts and this clamp, there is a nut that drops into this. Now make sure when you put this nut in, what I do is I put a little bit of CA glue on it, on the edge. Try not to get it on the nut in the thread itself, but you want to definitely go ahead and you know, get it in there so that nut does not fall out. I don't think it's going to fall very far since there's a notch in here already, but get it in there. I like to glue mine. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is I've taken the rods and I've taken the 8mm and I've slid it in. Take it and slide it into the 10mm. Now I'm not sliding it very far in. As you can see, I'm gonna pull it out again. I just want to slide it in just a little bit, and I'll show you why here in a second. Once I get it in, I'm sliding it in maybe a ½ an inch or so. Alright, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the whole thing and I'm going to set it in the groove. I'm going to try to push it, get it as far down there as I can. Make sure that this clamp is laid into here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this whole rod and let's see if I can turn this a little bit where the two rods come together, which is right over here. You can see that it's about, hopefully you can see this, it's about a ½ an inch where my finger is now. So what I'm going to do is, where the notch is here should almost be about the same. This could be a little bit less than this, and I'm going to go ahead and let's see, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slide the 10mm down through the clamp and make sure and hold it down a little bit here, so this way you can feel when it hits the back of the notch that's cut in there, so this way you know not to push it any further. So right now it's at the notch here in the foam. This is all the way to the end where I can see it's all the way to the end over here, and you can see it's protruding through the notch about a little more than a1/4 inch. So you can see over here it's going a little bit past the clamp, past the clamp about maybe a ½ an inch, a little over a1/4 inch, 3/8 of an inch, whatever it is. That's not a big thing. Okay, that's the way it should be. So what's going to happen now is I'm going to take this whole thing and I'm going to glue it in here. One suggestion I make to you is, because the wing, remember now, this is a thick part of the wing and it gets thinner. What you want to do is you want to put something soft down on this end, because right now this is about, as you can see, I'm pushing down on it and it's moving a little bit. So you want to get this up high enough where everything sets in here, and when I push on this you'll notice it's not moving. So when you glue this in, you want to make sure that it's in real well and that it's not going to move. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do that. You could do that to both wings, and just make sure before you glue this in that you have that nut in there, and make sure the nut's secure. This is Mark from Camera Hobby, and we're putting together the wing of the Cyclops E from ADT Drones. While that is sitting in there and it's drying, what I've done is I put a rag on the far end underneath the tip, kind of hold the tip up a little bit, as you can see. And then what I've done is I put some rags on top of the carbon fiber and kind of twisted them up a little bit so this way they would fit inside the groove, and then put just a couple of pound weights on these just to hold everything down. So now the other thing is that we have those 4 pieces of carbon fiber that I showed earlier, and those are about 6 3/4 inches, 6 7/8 inches, and the outside diameter of these is right around, the outside diameter is almost 6 millimeters. Okay, so there's 4 of them. What they're going to do is they're going to go in like we have this one here. The one's going to go here, the other one's going to lay in here, and this is all that goes into these slots. So you can go ahead and glue these down, and then take some glue, CA, excuse me, and go ahead and make sure these are in all the way. You want to make sure everything is in all the way, and you can go ahead and glue this whole thing down. I will do that here, and we'll come back, and you're going to do this. You can go ahead and continue doing this on both wings and get all your clamps together. Remember the nut on the clamp here. Make sure that you put a little bit of CA on the sides so this nut does not fall out. Notice this isn't going to fall out now. So when I tighten it up and I unloosen it, I'm not going to push it down through. It's going to stay real good. It's going to stay really, really nice. So I've also gone ahead and put a little bit of glue or CA right on the edge here, and then where the 2 pieces came in together, where they slide in, the one slides into the other one, I put a little bit of glue there. This way it's going to hold it in place. It's not going to move. And I use Quick Bond 4 gel. You can use, you know, something else. I don't use any kicker with mine. If you want to use kicker, you can. Just be very sparingly with it. Don't spray it all over everything. That's why I don't like kicker, because I just rather let it set and dry itself. When you're out in the field, if you need it, then that's fine. But anyway, you're not going to listen to me talk about kicker. So go ahead and build both wings, and we will come back in a little bit, and just make sure after you put the carbon fiber in, do not put the centerpiece on yet. Do not put this on yet. The reason why is because you're going to need to run your servo wires through it, and whatever else you're going to put on there. If you're going to put an antenna on the end, you need to put antenna coax through there, a very thin coax. So you may have to cut this down a little bit more. I will be cutting mine down a little bit more, but I'm not going to do it yet until I get all my servos and stuff mounted. So you want to mount your servos next. And that's it for now. This is Mark from Camera Hobby. We'll continue on putting servos in and getting the wing closed up here in a bit. Thank you, and have a great day.